I'm pleased to be joined today on Primetime Local News with Colleen Purdon. She is a facilitator with AHS. Now, AHS is putting on some free virtual workshops for people to be able to manage their stress. First of all, Colleen, can you just tell me a little bit more about these workshops?
So these seminars are designed to help people develop some skills around stress management, in addition to the ones we're already using, right? Because I think lots of us have been pulling out a lot of self-care skills, and so now we are looking at helping people develop some additional skills to help manage the stress of the pandemic, plus the other stressors that are out there at the moment.
Now, you mentioned the pandemic, and I'm sure that this past year, with all the things that are going on with COVID, people have been more stressed. But is this time of year also a time of year when people just experience more stress?
That's difficult to say. I think that's a really individual thing, just like how we all experience stress is different. Well, some people may have headaches and maybe some physical things. Other people may have more loss of focus or emotional issues. So it's really an individualized thing. So that's difficult to say, but I think it's fair to say that lots of us are experiencing more stress due to the pandemic.
What material is going to be covered during these seminars?
What we're going to look at here is how to recognize the signs of stress, which are individual for each of us. We're going to talk about the stress response and why our body has such a thing. It's actually meant to be helpful. It's actually meant to help us survive, which is interesting, right? So how to recognize when we're stressed and then what we can do about it. Look at some of the things that we're already doing and maybe recommit to that. And then we're going to look at a couple of new breathing techniques that have an emotional focus, because our emotions come into play with this as well. And so, that might seem a bit simplistic when you think about breathing, but it actually has been shown to change the way our body responds to a stressful situation, has been shown to be as helpful as some of the other techniques that we can use. And then hopefully each person will come away from the workshop with an individualized stress management plan.
So, for Albertans who are looking at taking part, how are they able to find out more information? How are they able to access this seminar?
So if they go to the AHS Help in Tough Times website, our workshops are advertised right at the top of the page there, and all of the dates are available. They're Zoom webinars, so we're hoping to see some Albertans at those times.
Now, this seminar is actually taking place in two parts, part one and part two. Do you have to go to both of them?
We recommend that you take the first one as an introductory course, and then if you're interested in developing some of these techniques more or learning about more applications of the techniques that were taught in part one, part two is available for that, where we kind of get into a little bit of a deeper dive on some of those solutions.
Why is it so important for HS to be able to help Albertans and give them the tools to be able to manage their stress?
Well, we actually have been offering these before the pandemic, but they were in class. And so we have a number of facilitators throughout the province who are facilitating these sessions within their communities. So when the pandemic hit, we wanted to be able to provide something virtually so that any Albertan, no matter where they live, would have access to these workshops. So that it's important to maintain our mental health, just like we maintain our physical health. And if we're experiencing difficulty or really struggling, to reach out and to get help from either our family doctor or the AHS Help in Tough Times website or the mental health helpline.
All right, Colleen, thank you so much for taking some time to talk with me today.